poor girl posing as a rich girl has the audacity to show her college classmates around a mansion, but the owner of the mansion didn't expose her and went along with her act. Afterwards, she was beaten by her father. The next day, he changed his attitude and apologized to her. It turns out he overheard his boss looking for a marriage partner by accident. If his daughter could marry the boss, he'd be able to enjoy endless riches and honor. Lisa was shocked at first, but then she thought to herself, if she could marry him, her lie would be true. In order to earn money to dress up as soon as possible, she used the time after school to pick up jobs. On the other hand, the father was convinced that his daughter would become the mistress of the mansion and gave all kinds of orders to the maid. One day Jack accidentally saw his daughter's rebellion. He also began to agree with the remarriage, so his business partners tried to marry his sister to him, always looking for reasons to please him. Kate knew there was nothing she could do to stop her father from remarrying, but she made it clear that she could marry anyone but her aunt. To please Kate, a woman came to the door early the next day. Kate gave her a few words of courtesy, told the maid to receive her, and left in disdain. Unexpectedly, the other woman went to Jack and complained that my sister wanted to take Kate out shopping out of the goodness of her heart, but she didn't appreciate it and even insulted my sister. When she got home, my sister couldn't stop crying. Jack heard this and apologized to his friend. She couldn't accept that she had gone through all the trouble and got such a result. Her brother tried to comfort her sister and said he would help her marry into his family no matter what he had to do. Jack came home and scolded his daughter for crying over her auntie. Even if she didn't like it, she shouldn't have done it. Kate disdainfully said it was all a trick. Apparently, her words made Jack think that his daughter was trying to stop him from remarrying. Meanwhile, the father over here has given his daughter a big picture of all the food she'll get once she marries into his family. After her father's words, Lisa is once again swayed and even begins to envision a luxurious future for herself. This time, after school, she even bragged in front of her classmates about her upcoming wedding and honeymoon trip to Dubai. Her classmates have praised her not only for her beauty, but also for finding a good husband from the right family. A moment to see the father came and then rushed to leave. The students looked down and saw the cell phone Lisa left behind and were about to catch up but realized that the other party had disappeared. He had to take the cell phone with him to the car. On the way, his cell phone kept ringing. The students picked up the phone and told each other what happened. The boy wanted to go get his cell phone, but she told him not to bother. Now she's on her way to Lisa's house. What she didn't expect was that her life would be turned upside down when she accidentally left her cell phone behind in her rush home from school. When her classmates arrived at the mansion, they said they were here to return Lisa's cell phone. At that moment, the maid came and told her that Lisa's cell phone was not here, and that's when he realized the whole truth. On the other hand, Lisa came home from school and rushed to work. Her best friend came over and said she had been calling her all day, but she didn't answer her phone. That reminded Lisa of the truth. She was so focused on her work that she forgot about her cell phone. Eventually, she searched her house and still couldn't find the phone, but when she called, it was an unfamiliar voice. Lisa answered it and was relieved to learn that her classmate had her cell phone. The classmate even teased her about sending it to her. Lisa lied that her house was being renovated and she could bring it to school tomorrow. Hanging up the phone, the classmates had to admire each other's acting skills and couldn't wait for tomorrow's show. Auntie went to great lengths to arrange a good match for her nephew. Lisa's father is getting more and more worried. This is a once-in-a-lifetime good thing, cannot be cheap, so he immediately covered his chest and yelled. Jack told him to pull over. The old man pretended he was fine. In the end, he couldn't resist the boss's order and had to go home. Lisa was worried when she saw her father like this. Jack told her that he'd seen a doctor and was fine. When he was about to leave, the old man asked his daughter to make tea for the boss. At his request, the aunt and nephew had to take a short break. During this time, the old man kept praising his daughter for being so good and gentle. On the way back, the aunt was puzzled but hoped that her thoughts would not come true. As soon as the boss left, father couldn't contain his joy. At this rate, everything will be as he wants it to be in the near future. Lisa always thought that she and Jack were from two different worlds. Father turned his head to find the boss. He got into the mood in a second and gave him a bitter scene. He thought the boss had a big heart. He valued his inner self and his character, not his wealth or poverty. Lisa thinks that a man of his background wouldn't be interested in her from the slums. Outside the door, Jack had mixed feelings, but he still knocked on the door and told him that he came to pick up his cell phone. After the boss left, the old man was more confident this time. The next day, Lisa came to school early in the morning and it was easy to see that she was in a beautiful mood today. Some of her classmates deliberately teased her, saying that a rich girl is different and she was not nervous about losing her cell phone. The classmates offered to go to her house for dinner, but Lisa lied again and said her house was under renovation and she'd invite them back later. The classmates couldn't stand it that she kept on lying and said that she had been to her so-called mansion yesterday and had seen her next-door neighbor who was the owner of the mansion and you were just the driver's daughter. Lisa couldn't take the ridicule from her classmates and turned to leave. Her classmates reminded her again not to forget that she can't afford to lose her cell phone. Maybe she was prepared for her lies to be exposed, but she didn't expect the day to come so soon.